What is up, y'all? Welcome to the weekly look ahead for the week of April 27th, 2020. Hope everyone is being safe. Continue practicing your social distancing, yada, 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 et cetera, et cetera. Be smart, be kind to one another, and all of that stuff. Hopefully you guys had a great weekend. I had an enjoyable weekend. I hope that you guys did as well, for sure. It's going to be a massive week this week. It starts today and it doesn't stop until the weekly look ahead next week. It's going to be a good one. So with that said, shall we get into it? Shall we? Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and get it started. Today, here in just under 3 hours, all right, we are going to be sitting down, and by we, I mean me and any of you guys that choose to join me, sitting down for the latest conversations with Heavy Cardboard. People have been asking for these to come back. So recently I interviewed Jeremy Tracy of Tracy Boards, Crokinole, one of the best Crokinole players in the world, as well as a Crokinole craftsman, I guess would be a good way to put it. And today I'm sitting down with David Turczi, and designer extraordinaire. He has 1 million games coming out. He has either designed solo modes or games himself in the past, including Anachrony and a bunch of others. So check that out. That's going to be today in just under 3 hours. So at 1500 Eastern Daylight Time, that is 1900 GMT, 2100 CEST across the pond. So should be a good time. I definitely enjoy sitting down for these interviews. David is a talkative one, and it should be a good time. Looking forward to this for sure. So that's what we have today. And then tomorrow, you know what? People asked, so let's do it. We got BIOS Origins from Ion Game Design, Phil Eklund. So Tuesday, April 28th at 1500 Eastern Daylight Time. Again, 1900 GMT, 2100 CEST. Not going to do an entire teach on this since I already did the official teach for this game. I am going to highlight the differences with the solo game and then do a playthrough, and then we'll do a roundtable discussion of this. So should be, and by a roundtable I mean me and you guys can ask questions, et cetera, et cetera. So there's that. So that'll be on Tuesday. So the interview with David today, that on Tuesday. And then, you know what? Another one that people asked about, and in fact, everything this week was by request. Yeah, literally everything was by request. So on Wednesday, again, 1500 Eastern Daylight Time, 1900 GMT, 2100 CEST, well, again, I've already done a full teach of On Mars, so I will probably just highlight the solo differences as well as an overview of the game and then get into this. But On Mars, a lot of people asked this since I did the Gallerist last week, hey, do another Lacerda this week. And normally I don't like doing stuff by the same designer / publisher a couple weeks in a row, but it was definitely one of the most requested games. So I was like, you know what? Let's go and bust this one out. So look for that on Wednesday at 1500. All right. So definitely looking forward to this one. I think you guys are as well. Then on Thursday, let's do an Ask the Elephant, shall we? It's been a while since I've done one. It's been a month. So yeah, let's bust this out. So this will be at noon on Thursday, which is 1600 GMT, 1800 across the pond, CEST. Ask the Elephant. It goes until it goes. And that's that. So there we go. Yeah. Then on Friday, it is going to be a day to prepare for the next playthrough. And that's going to be on Saturday. And that's going to be a solo play of the GMT game. There. The Hunters. Now, I did a playthrough of this a couple years ago, and all of a sudden I started to get an influx of comments on the video. I was like, oh, new printing of it just came out. So it makes sense. And I did talk about this during the Name the Game, and I did show this. I did recently just get that printed off. So I thought, you know what? I got this pretty custom map. Why don't we stream the Hunters again? So that's what we're gonna do. I contacted the folks over at GMT, and they are going to do their best to get me I have the original first edition, and there have been some updates to the game since then, and there's an update pack. So Tony over at GMT has said that he's going to do his best to try and get it to me in time. So hopefully it makes it. If it doesn't, it'll be the first edition. If it does, great, it'll be the updated version. So that's all right, but with the custom map for that, all right? So there's that. All right, that's going to be Saturday at noon Eastern. That's 1600 GMT, 1800 CEST. So it's convenient for the majority of the world. Some of the world less so. Sorry, Luke and company down under. And over in New Zealand, I realize that's not the most ideal time in the world. All right, should be a good time. And then, you know what? There was another request, and I was like, you know what? Yeah. It's one of my top 50 games of all time. Let's go ahead and bust out. I didn't even realize it had a solo mode. So, Sunday, May 3rd at noon, Eastern Daylight Time, 1600 GMT, 1800 CEST. We're going to solo Ground Floor, 2nd edition. Yeah, I had no idea it was soloable until someone recommended it. And then I was like, hey, it's soloable. Let's go and bust that out. So that's what we're going to do on Sunday. Full playthrough of solo of Ground Floor 2nd edition. So there you go. That's what we have coming this week here on the YouTube channel. You guys are actually going to have 3 pieces of content over on the podcast over the next 9 days. All right? You're going to have 2 of the cocktail hours and the interview with Jeremy Tracy all coming onto the podcast. People have asked for them over on the podcast, so we're going to go ahead and release those over there. So Joel is in the process of editing that, one of which I believe will be updated, I believe, later tonight, the first of which. So looking forward to that. Hopefully you guys are as well. So yeah, should be a busy week for yours truly. Hopefully a busy week for you guys as well if you tune in for all of this, which I hope you do. I have a table covered in games over here. I have the Hunters, I have On Mars, I have Ground Floor, I have Field Commander Napoleon, and Colonial Twilight, which I have started learning as well to get ready for a stream later on this month. Yeah, big week, good week. Hopefully you guys join me for a lot of this content, both over here on the YouTube channel as well as on the podcast. Give it a thumb down below, subscribe, support the show over on pledgehc.com, and check out the podcast on heavycardboard.com. I will see you guys in about 2 3/4 hours for the interview with David Turczi. All right, have a good one. I will see you all then. Take care, everybody. Bye.